Very good morning, Manadal. Myself, D.Jyothi, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Specialization in the Data Science, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Welcome to the lecture series on data analytics using R. Today, we will be discussing about the data frame, arrays, and factors. Overview of a today class, we will be discussing what is a data frame, few examples on the data frame, what is an array, and we will be looking at some of the examples of array and creating a factor and some examples about a factor. A data frame is a two-dimensional array-like structure which each column contains value of one variable and each row contains one set of variables from each column. Column name should not be empty, row name should be unique. Data stored in a data frame can be of numeric, factor, character type. Each column should contain same number of data items. These are some basics of data frames. Look at how to create a data frame. I have an example. Here I have a vector. In that vector I have Ram, Ishan, Kumar, Ajay, Isha, Riya names are there in a vector. And I have a vector named place, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Pune, Chennai. And I have a vector called age. In that I have different ages are assigned to the age vector. Now I want to create a data frame. This is the built-in function we have to use for creating a data frame. And I am assigning names to the vector. Now the people vector I am assigning it to a name, and the place vector I am assigning it into a city, age vector I am assigning into a age. Now I am trying to print the data frame. This is the output screen. When you execute the program, you will be getting the output like this. The number of rows I have got 6 rows, and the number of columns I have got name, city and age, and the vectors are created Ram, Ishan, the first vector, whatever the first vector here, so entire first vector is here. I have a second vector here, the place vector, this is a V2 vector, the V2 vector, entire city vector is here, and the age vector, third vector I have got it here. So here a data frame will be displaying the data in a column format, that we have to remember. Now, so how to look at how many rows are there in a data frame, how many columns are there in a data frame? For that we are having a built-in functions, n row and n column. Our data frame name is a person. So n rows of a person, so we are applying n rows of a person is 6, n columns of the person is 3. Next we have a built-in function to know the dimension of a data frame. So these are the dimensions. So you are having 6 rows. These will indicate a row and these will indicate a column. So we have 6 rows and 3 columns in a data frame. Now look at, we can use a sequence. So whenever we represent, these indicate row, after the comma it indicate a column. The first one is a row and the second one is a column. And look at here, we are taking 1, 2, 3. So how many are there actually? 6 rows are there actually in a data frame. Among the 6 rows, we are selecting only the rows from 1 to 3. So we have specified 1, 2, 3. So only 3 rows of data will be displayed. And you don't have any condition for displaying the column. It is empty here. You have only a row condition. You don't have any column condition here. So all the columns, all the 3 columns will be displayed here. Next, you have the same condition for the rows, 1 to 3 rows you want the 1 to 3 rows to be displayed, and you want only 1 and 2 column indexes need to be displayed. What are the 1 and 2 indexes of a data frame? Name and city. The age column, it is completely, it won't display because we don't want the age column here. So we have a condition like C, we were writing C of 1 and 2. So first column and second column will be displayed. So here, when you want to remove the remove a row or remove a column, so which row or which column you want to remove, so you have to specify it in a C function. Minus C function you have to specify. Here I am specifying the index value as 1 in the column. So same, I have the row condition is I want to display 1, 2, 3 rows, and I don't want the first index value of the column. I don't want the first index value of the column. That column will be removed, and the city and age, only 2 columns will be displayed. You can have the conditions. Now look at here. You can apply logical conditions, you can apply relational conditions on the data, and person is a data frame, and the city, you are having a city is a column value in the person data frame. Now you are specifying when the city is equal to Mumbai. So in the data frame we already defined a few people with a Mumbai name. So we want to extract that people now. So I have a logical condition equal to. So when the city is equal to Mumbai, then it is going to fetch the data here. So we have the 2 members, Ram and Ishan, are having the city name as Mumbai. And I have one more condition here. So here I am using the AND operator. These conditions need to be true and these conditions need to be true, then only data will be fetched. Here the city equal to Mumbai and the age need to be less than equal to 35. We are working on the 2 column conditions here. One column condition is the city, another column condition is the age less than equal to 35. So I have got only one row attribute value is retrieved here, that is a Ram. When you want to order the data according to a attribute value, so here I have a built-in function called order that you can apply on 2 or 3 different columns you can apply. Here I am sorting the data by city and after that I am sorting it by age. It need to meet the 2 conditions. So it alphabetically it will order the city. After that, according to the age, it will once again it will reorder the values. I have 2 persons from the Chennai and the age is 20 and 23 because we are using a city as well as the age condition here. So these are ordered according to the age as well as the city. We can update the data frame by using a condition. I have the condition here when the person name is Riya and the age is 23, then I want to assign that name with some other name. So you can name that person with one more A you can add, or you can change the name. Here when the person name is Riya, then you are assigning the age to 23, or sometimes you can change the name also. When the person name is Riya, you can change the person name into some other name. You can give some ABC name. So here we are changing the age attribute here. When the person name is Riya, you are changing the age attribute. So here when the person name is Riya, whenever you try to print the data, you will be getting the age attribute as 23. Now look at the arrays. Array is created using an array built-in function. It takes vectors as the input and uses the values in the dimension parameter to create an array. So here arrays are R objects which can store data in more than 2 dimensions. Suppose you are having the value like this in the array. So it indicates you have to create 4 number of arrays with 2 rows and 3 columns. So this is the representation. I want to create create more number of arrays. So 2 rows, 3 columns, I want to create 10 arrays. So these one you have to, these indicate the number of arrays, the 10 indicate the number of arrays, and the 3 indicate, these 3 indicates column number, and these indicate the row number. This is row, column, array number of arrays. So look at an example creating a simple array. So we are using a sequence here. Instead of typing all the numbers, we are using a sequence. Sequence will start from 1, it will move till the 6. And I am using a dimension parameter to specify how many number of rows and how many number of columns I want in a array. I want 3 rows and I want 2 columns. Now look at 1 to 6 values are arranged like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Accessing the elements in the array. So elements in the array will be accessed by the index value. So here the index value, simple array of 1, 2, that indicates row 1 and the column 2. Here simple array of 3, 1. Here row number is 3 and the column number is 1. Now I am trying to print this one, that is array of index value 1, 2. So it will display the value, whatever the value stored at first row and the second column. And here it will display the value, whatever the value it stored at third row and the first column. Now look at the factors. Factors are the data objects which are used to categorize the data and store it as levels. It will store the data as levels. That is the important point here. They can be, they can store both string and integer data. They are useful in columns which have a limited number of unique values. Like if you take a gender as an attribute, in the gender we have the limit. It cannot be categorized. You will have the male and female. So whenever you can categorize the data, so then only you have to use a factor. Otherwise true or false also you can categorize true and false. So in that condition also you can use a factor, and it is very useful in the statistical modeling. And factors are created using the factor built-in function, and it will take the vector as an input. Look at here, I have a gender, and in the gender I have the values defined male, female, female, male and male. So now I am converting these into a factor. Factor need to be defined with a factor built-in function. So I am using a factor built-in function. This vector will be converted into the factor and that will be stored in a factor gender. And now I am printing the factor gender. So it will convert the data into levels. It converted the data into female and the male. When you apply the summary function, to a factor, it will display the number of attributes, how many female attributes are there, how many male attributes are there. It will be directly printing you the number.